Historic thaw-US Cuba to normalize relations. The United States and Cuba have agreed to restore diplomatic relations, ending a half-century stalemate. The historic thaw comes amid an exchange of imprisoned spies, opening of embassies in each other's countries, and an easing of some restrictions on commerce. The United States President Barack Obama made the dramatic announcement on Wednesday. Soundbite, English Barack Obama, the United States President today, America chooses to cut loose the shackles of the past so as to reach for a better future. Soundbite, English Barack Obama, the United States President. We will end an outdated approach that for decades has failed to advance our interests. And instead we will begin to normalize relations between our two countries. Despite this progress, the renewal of bilateral ties does not include lifting the United States trade embargo that has been in force for more than 50 years. That is codified in legislation and needs congressional approval. Obama says he'll seek the approval but will likely face a struggle in Congress. Stand up, English. Xi Yingshan, CNC correspondent. Obama called the historic shift the end of an outdated approach to U.S. Cuban relations. The announcement came after Obama spoke with Cuban President Raúl Castro by telephone Tuesday, the first direct contact between the two leaders in more than 50 years. Under the new measures, the United States plans to reopen its embassy in Havana and significantly ease restrictions on travel and commerce within the next several weeks and months. But some Republicans are warning the move will only strengthen the Castro regime and won't result in more economic freedom or democracy in Cuba. Delete. Shortly after Obama's speech, Cuban President Raúl Castro also addressed his nation in Havana. Soundbite, Spanish. Raúl Castro, Cuban President. We propose that the United States government take mutual steps to move towards normalization of ties between our countries, based on the principles of international law and the UN Charter. Soundbite, Spanish. Raúl Castro, Cuban President. We have agreed to restore diplomatic ties, though the economic, trade and financial blockade has not been fully resolved. The breakthrough comes after months of secret talks. A crucial step is a prisoner swap involving 3 Cubans and an unnamed United States intelligence agent imprisoned for 20 years in Cuba. As a separate humanitarian gesture, Cuba released Alan Gross, an American contractor in deteriorating health who had been jailed in Cuba for 5 years. The move has sent many Cubans into celebration. Soundbite, Spanish. José Gregorio González, Cuban citizen. The future is promising. Certainly we know that it won't be an immediate thing, but soon we will be under better conditions. We'll advance. Soundbite, Spanish. Johanna Foro, Cuban citizen. This is the best thing that can happen. I feel happy. Justice is finally done. Soundbite, Spanish. Juan Orange Blossoms, Cuban resident. The conditions will improve to develop our country. Bilateral ties between Washington and Havana plunged after the 1959 revolution that brought Raúl Castro's older brother, Fidel Castro, to power. Washington broke diplomatic relations with Havana 2 years later. The United Nations Secretary General has hailed efforts by the United States and Cuba to normalize relations. He says both presidents have taken a very important step. Soundbite, English. Ban Ki-moon, UN Secretary General. I welcome today's development and I hope that the announcement will help to expand further exchange between the two peoples who have been separated for quite a long time. The United Nations stands ready to help both countries and to cultivate their good neighboring relations.